When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down. Come on! This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Hey everybody, happy Star Wars night. We finally got a new trailer. Let's break this down. And there's a new round of the giveaway. It's actually for Star Wars tickets because they're on sale now. All you have to do to enter is just be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. So you all probably picked up on the theme of them hyping up how powerful Rey and Kylo Ren are. Just like this untapped well of energy that Snoke is trying to shape in Kylo Ren, like bring out the special thing that he saw in him, the same way that Luke saw something special in him. I've only seen this power once before. Then through all these training scenes, them in this area with the Journal of the Wills, or what we're calling the Journal of the Wills now, it could turn out to be something else, but it seems like that's what they're pointing to. She's trying to learn her place, Luke is scared, and you see Kylo Ren reach his hand out in a separate scene. So obviously those scenes aren't connected. Her saying, I'm looking for someone to show me my place, and when he reaches his hand out, as if to offer it to her, you just freak out a little bit. Oh my god, is everybody going sideways in this movie? Because Luke is all about the end of the Jedi Order. But I think the theme that they're trying to weave is that they're trying to build a bridge between each other. They represent two opposite sides of this. At the beginning of the movie, she's training to become a Jedi, or whatever the new Jedi Order is going to be called. He's training to become the ultimate Force wielder that Snoke is training him to be, just with albeit darker connotations. But just think about that idea, about how they're probably going to have to solve this big galactic problem together. I think that's part of the thing, like one won't have to defeat the other, even if they both don't end up surviving the final film. Without completely rehashing Return of the Jedi, there's a measure of redemption, but Kylo Ren actually kind of looks like he tries to kill Leia during this movie, which I think would be fitting given that he killed Han Solo. He killed his father, he might as well be the one to kill his mother too. And in a separate scene, he says the best way to move forward is to kill the past. So that's like right before he pushes his finger on the trigger and you see Leia's command ship. So opening scene here, just Kylo Ren surveying the hangar bay of this Star Destroyer. This planet here with the gorilla walkers is actually Crate, which we saw in the other trailer. We're just seeing it from the First Order side. And that's kind of the way they cut the trailer too. It's almost like the last trailer was a Rey trailer and this is more of a Kylo Ren trailer, which makes sense. The really cool thing about these walkers though is that you notice all this extra armor up front here. That's to prevent them from being taken down like Luke did on Hoth back during Empire Strikes Back. This scene here with the First Order and Kylo Ren walking into this chamber looks like it could either be controlled by the First Order, But because of all these red streaks in the rock here, it looks like it's connected to this giant crystal tunnel here. These might be Kyber crystals, they might be something a little bit different, but it's just one of the other planets in the film. Snoke actually does have a giant Star Destroyer. I think it's called the Supremacy. And as you can imagine, with a name like that, it's way larger than Darth Vader's Star Destroyer during the original trilogy. Love this scene with her handing the lightsaber back to Luke. We finally see him take it and just look at it like, holy crap. He doesn't even know what to say. He's speechless for a minute. And then you see her walking here. This still looks like Octo 2. Most of the early part of the film feels like it's going to be there with her training. There's actually some pictures of her just hanging out with the porgs. When she talks about the thing inside her finally awakening, she's talking about the first movie, the Force awakened inside of her, and she's come to Luke to learn her place. But the funny thing that they've talked about behind the scenes, like Mark Hamill's talked about this, is that he doesn't have a lot of answers for her, and she's actually kind of pissed off. She comes to him, this legendary Jedi that she's heard tales of her entire life, and he's so burnt out because of what happened with Kylo Ren. Like he says, I've never seen this potential before, and it didn't scare me then like it should have, but it does scare me now. So he's also worried about Rey going off the rails the way that Kylo Ren did. Because I don't think that they've used the term in the movie, and they might never use it. I'd be happy if they did. It's called the Chosen One. Remember they used that during the prequels? So he thought that Kylo Ren was the new Chosen One, so he put all of his time and energy into training him. And as a result of that, Snoke potentially gained the most powerful Jedi Force user in the galaxy. So I think part of the idea here is they're training to achieve their full potential, unlock this thing that, both sides are trying to unlock in each other. They need to find new teachings, and they won't be able to complete their training until they confront each other. But usually in the way that movies with opposing viewpoints like this do, they misdirect you by thinking that one has to kill the other. I don't think that's the case, although Kylo Ren seems convinced that he has to kill his entire family, which would also include Luke Skywalker. So I know we're all crossing our fingers that he survives to Episode 9, and I believe that he does, but that's unconfirmed. That's just a rumor. It also kind of looks like Kylo Ren is bucking a little bit of his training too. He smashes his helmet, so it sounds like he might go the rest of the trilogy without the helmet after this moment here. Did anybody feel like they have deja vu for the Anakin Skywalker scene at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith when Kylo Ren was flying his special ship here, like weaving in and out of these giant capital ships? It feels like they're trying to invoke a lot of that. So this might end up happening really early in the movie because you see a lot of their ships being blown up from the inside, like you see Poe Dameron running for his X-Wing as everything is blowing up around them. Just the way they cut this scene with Kylo Ren and his ship and Leia, like she senses what he's about to do and just feels bad for him. Like I think the whole thing with her is that she just feels so much regret and sadness over it. She's not afraid to die. She's almost died so many times in her life that she's grown comfortable with that. It's just that she's so sad about her family and what's happened with her son. So as heavy as that is, they balance that out a little bit with stuff like the porgs here. I feel like that's warranted because there's a lot of heavy stuff happening in this film. There's very heavy dark side themes. But how about Finn versus Phasma? That's part of his side mission. Like, he gets to have this whole other thing going on during the movie. Poe Dameron and Finn sort of separate. You have Rey with Luke, but Finn gets to go on a special infiltration mission with Rose, who's one of the other new characters. So he gets a big-time rematch with Phasma, and I don't know if it's something that they did in post-production or the way they're lighting her suit, but it just looks so much better than it did during Force Awakens. And we finally get to see Snoke in the flesh. He says, "Fulfill your destiny." And then you sort of see his robes in the background as Rey is doubled over, and it seems like he's using the Force against her. So we'll actually get to see him do some really cool stuff too. But this does seem like his throne room because you see the Praetorian guards in the background here. So just more confirmation that we'll get to see an actual confrontation between Rey and Snoke. And it's also sort of misleading when he says, "Fulfill your destiny." I think that's taken from a different scene, and he's talking to Kylo Ren when he's saying that. So it's not like he's saying to Rey, "Fulfill your destiny," but the way they sort of cut the footage and he reaches his hand out like he's reaching it out to Rey makes it sound like she could go either way. Like they want you to wonder what she's going to do once she achieves all this power. Like she has this path to pick. She's looking for her place, as if she's very suggestible. Luke could lead her down one path. Snoke could also pull a Kylo Ren and seduce her to his side. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this? I feel like this trailer is much better than the last one, and I do like some of the story beats that they're teasing here. So what'll happen is I'll do a follow-up video later this week. Just leave all your requests in the comments below. There's so many things that we have to talk about in this that it's going to be the rest of the week before we get through it all. But there's a whole bunch of stuff coming tomorrow too, a whole bunch of shows that are starting. So if you're a big Flash fan, that's starting, all the DC TV shows. So be sure to click that bell to enable alerts so you don't miss any of the videos. But my next Star Wars video will probably be in a couple days. But you can click here to watch the other trailer, and you can click here to watch the Justice League trailer from yesterday. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.